Okay, this is Mike with Edge On Up, and this short video tutorial is going to feature the standard software user interface that is included with our basic eLab-B package. So this is just going to be a very short tour, so let's get started here. I've got the standard software installed on my desktop, and of course that's what you're looking at right now is the desktop on my computer in my office. So let's get started here by clicking on the icon that's created when you install our standard user interface. So let's open this up. And the first thing we see here is our auto detect COM port and our manual COM port setup. We're going to use auto detect this morning because that's fast and simple. So let's say detect, and immediately we've found our instrument, which is hooked into COM3 on this particular computer. So let's go down here and say done. So real quickly here, we have COM settings up here within the main program screen. That is simply a rehash, as you can see here, of what we've already been through, and it allows you to reestablish communications with the instrument should you happen to lose them sometime during a test sequence. Up here we have preferences, but before we go to preferences, let's just go through this main screen, and that is we have our Start Test button that initiates any test sequence that we want to perform. Then we have our current reading, we have our total test time, and average force and max force. Now all of these things will calculate after a test has been conducted automatically. So let's go up here and look at, let's do this first. I've got the unit sitting here, right here to my right on my desk. And so what I'm going to do is, you see this current reading number right here. So let's go up here and press. I'm just putting my finger on the force pad, the force plate rather, of the eLab-B, and so that confirms that we have a good COM connection. Okay, so now let's go to preferences. We have our auto stop feature, and I'll turn that on right here. And what this does is automatically, based on what these fields say right here, will begin and end a test. And of course, these can be adjusted up or down, or you can simply write in another number here. Let's go back to 30 there. Then we have our sound on off switch, and now we have our select directory button in preferences, and right now this is set up to follow this path in terms of when we save data files from tests. So very quickly I'll show you how this works. So let's just go back to this same directory, and if this would be on my desktop in a file or a folder that I've created there. So I'll say select folder, and okay, that sets this path. Then we have the longevity of the test selector button here, and that can be set as low as 10 seconds and as high as 300. So let's move it back to 60. And we'll save that. Now we're back to our main screen. So if we want to, and I think we do, we're going to simulate a test. And I'm going to simulate that test by simply putting my finger on the force plate and simulating the test. So anyhow, so let's go up here and we click Start Test. Now I'm going to go over here and reach and put my finger on the force plate, And you can see the current reading going up, 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 and the total test time advancing as well. Okay, so I'm going to come down, and you notice that the test it says begin new test now because it has ended the previous one automatically. Now, let's go back here to preferences, and let's say that we want to do this manually. We want to start and stop the test manually. So we'll leave these values the same. We'll leave this all the same. Now we save, and I'll just show you the difference here. So now we go begin new test, start test. Okay, I'm putting my finger on the force plate. The current reading is going up, 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 up a little higher, and then I'm going to gradually release the force on the force plate. But you'll notice now our time is continuing to run. So if we want to stop this test, we have to do so manually. So we can stop the test, and there we have it. So now I'm going to show you the export data feature. So let's go to here, export data. Here we enter our test name. Let's just call it demo. We can take some notes here in terms of the media type. Let's just say that it is SLC. And then we can write notes here if we want to. In other words, you can put in here and say it's your favorite chef's knives. And then all we do is hit this export button. We say save demo. As you can see, I had a couple tests saved in there already. And that's it. So thanks for tuning in. And when the music comes on, that means it's time to turn the lights in our sharpening room off.